What's up, guys? So welcome back to Planet Coaster 2. Welcome back to Qtopia. This is our oasis in the middle of a tropical jungle, and man, is she beautiful even in the rain. I appreciate all these patrons out here braving the inclement weather, and we have a brand new day of park expansion ahead of us, dude. I love this game so much. Thank you guys for being here. This series is doing so well. You guys are loving it so much, and as am I. So we have some interesting weather coming up next. We're getting through spring. It's going to be a little bit rainy. We're actually going to have some severe weather and stuff in here. So obviously, you know, a couple episodes ago we started on the water park. I really want to expand the water park, but I don't think it's time for that. We're going to wait for these spring showers to subside, and we're going to keep working on this side of the park over here. So we've got kind of like our smaller, easier rides, Ratchetlandia, whatever we want to call it over here, some of the older stuff. We're going to have that phase into some nicer stuff, and then I definitely want to start adding some more coasters over in this area, and I think that's what we're really going to focus on today. We might make a custom coaster. I'll think about it. It's tough. But we've also got some pretty interesting options available right now. So we have, I mean, currently we've got the Hopper. We already have that. We've got this Veloster one. We've got the Mountain Descent, Rowdy Mouse, Cirrus, the Gulpy Giant one, which we have right in front of us, and then Reef Break, which is a water coaster. Ooh, that looks pretty sick. We could kind of put this over on this side, because then you can link it in with the water park eventually. So we'll think about that. $56,000 is pretty steep, but I definitely want to expand here. What we're going to do, let's go into park management research. We've been saving up quite a few research points. That's basically what your engineers do outside of taking care of the rides. So I'm thinking we're just going to go through and let's unlock as many coasters as we can. We're going to get some chain lift coasters here, alternate lift, or suspended. What do we think? I'm going to say, I mean, suspended's pretty cool, if I'm being honest. Alternate lift is going to be coming up next, but, ooh, I had a blueprint on that. We're going to get 8,300 here in a second anyway. The game is officially out now. It's fully released, so I hope you guys are enjoying it if you're playing it out there, but the good news for that means more talented people than I have started adding blueprints into the game, and you can basically just go in and subscribe to those, so we're going to be able to start adding other people's creations. And, I mean, we've done a pretty good job so far. I don't want to only use other people's stuff going forward, but it will be nice to have some better theme stuff and whatever else. We can actually kind of take a look at that just so you guys can see it. If we go into the Frontier Workshop, so these are the most popular creations of the last 7 days. The game just released a couple days ago. So like this Ascent barrel, this would be sick. In our Viking area, it's kind of like a food place. You've got themed bathrooms for mythology. You've got a lighthouse. You've got a parking lot. I mean, again, you know, as time goes on, we're going to get better stuff here. You've got a whole Wilderness Springs set up there. You could just place that down. I don't want to do like the big stuff, but I think little things like little roller coasters and shops and whatever else could be cool. There's a haunted house that we could potentially put in. Actually, you know what? Let's start with that haunted house. I think I already have that saved. I've kind of went through and saw what tickled my fancy. Look at this Cave of Waves. You've got inflatable tube rings, lots of really cool water slides and stuff. I thought about potentially putting this entrance fountain towards our entrance, but yeah, we're gonna get this haunted house. What is this considered? I'm not sure what it is. It's gonna be like a building. Haunted house right here. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna say I kind of feel like over in this area would be pretty cool. We could potentially put it back behind the Viking, you know, area back here, but I really want to put a Viking themed coaster back there eventually, so we're not going to do that. Maybe like back in here could be kind of fun, just like a little haunted house experience. I don't know if this is something that the guests can actually interact with. I'm going to put this on like a little pedestal in here. Let's go ahead and raise this up, kind of a little haunted house on top of the hill type of a vibe. You'll catch a glimpse of it from the go-kart track. You would see it from up on our hopper. You could kind of see it through some of the other little things, but we're going to make this quite spooky. Looks like this thing is starting to need some maintenance here, so let's do an emergency refurbish. Thank you. Oh, well, it just gave some people whiplash there. Yep, we're going to have a few issues with that, but this looks pretty good. All right, scenery, haunted house could be kind of fun. I don't know if there are any rides that we could do that are kind of haunted looking, which let's actually flatten that out a little bit first. How's this look? Dude, that is sick. Oh my goodness, it's got like the smoke coming up out of the chimney and stuff too. Can we Does this need like an entrance path or anything? Hold on, I'm just gonna put down a basic path. What do we need, like a queue? I don't think it can have a queue or anything. I think this is just kind of like a one-off thing. Do we want to put this here? I feel like a ride could potentially go there. Maybe we put this up. I kind of like the Viking theme. Maybe like up in here, like a, you know, just to add kind of to the scenery a little bit. I feel like that works a little bit better. Try to move some of these trees here. I really like all these old trees. And it's kind of Viking themed. Not really, but I feel like it fits in this area of the park more than anything else, but we could kind of have it up in here. Now, one thing we did learn in the last episode is that we needed to place more dryers around the park, and I did do that after the fact in between episodes here, so we should be better off. In fact, I've kind of placed dryers everywhere. There's a dryer here. There's a dryer pretty much every 30 steps or so. There's one over there. I wasn't really sure what this area was going to look like, but there's a bunch of dryers in here, dryers there, so we shouldn't have as many people coming over to use these dryers. I also realized that we had a price on this water slide, so nobody was going down this water slide. Let's take a look. Here we go. Somebody about to go down here. I mean, it's like the basic kiddie water slide, but it looks pretty intense. Like you get going on. I can't wait to make, dude. I think the water slides are the thing I'm most excited for. And the problem is because it's raining and it's a little bit cold outside, we just aren't getting a lot of people getting in the pools. There's, you know, the kids pool here is kind of going pretty crazy, but apart from that, not a lot of people, so I'm waiting for summertime. All right, toilets are dirty. You know what? I'm gonna say let's hire some more staff. We got plenty of money. We need to start organizing. I'm gonna hire 3 of those. We need to start organizing our staff and putting them in zones and assigning them to buildings and stuff like that. So we will definitely get to that in the future, but we've got $315,000, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. We can get the alternate lift coasters now. I want to see which blueprints are we looking at there. Oh my goodness, dude, are you kidding me? Viking hunt. See, that's what I'm talking about. I would be really nervous to use this because, again, I want our park to have our own twang on it, but I mean, look at the theme buildings and stuff. We could still adjust this as we want. Obviously, we're not going to put it right there, but that's crazy. That's the type of stuff that we're going to start getting out of the community. Toilet cubicles are dirty. Expired service badge. Definitely going to make sure we take a look at that. And our rides. Let's get some emergency calls on these as well. A spooky haunted house up on the cliffside there. That's pretty cool. I'm going to push some of this back against it a little bit. Don't want to go too much, but definitely want to make it visible from the outside and make this intensity and size a little bit less to push that back. And then I'm thinking we definitely do, you know, kind of the rough rock through here just to make it look a little bit darker and scarier. Kind of go in with the Viking vibe. Then we're going to bring in some more trees and I don't know, maybe some floating lanterns and stuff like that. Dude, that is so sick. I mean, come on. Look at like that. That actually looks really good next to the Viking stuff. I love that. We need to get that new Viking, the eatery. Let's see what it was called here. The Axe and Barrel. Oh, this looks so good. Technically, is this, like, can you put a food thing in here? What is this? It's got a gulpy in there. Bro, what? It's got like moving things and stuff. I think this is just a decoration. I don't think this is something you can actually go in. But that's sick. Okay, let's see where we want to actually put that. I mean, honestly, I feel like it's pretty cool just right here. If we just kind of have it tucked up against the back edge of this. Put that right there. I don't think we're going to be able to attach any, there's no path or anything we can attach to it. But it's just kind of a vibey type thing. Some more trees around here. Get it nice and spooky. Ooh, those are all looking the exact same. Shoot, all these plants are like awkwardly floating here. This is the worst part. Honestly, just gonna delete a lot of them. We don't want to delete everything, but if we get a lot of it, then we can move some of the smaller ones down into the grass a little bit. All right, that's already looking a bit better. Kind of get these things. Probably gonna have to adjust this guy so we can get them even. That looks pretty good. It's a work in progress. We're going to work on it over time, but yeah, that's definitely... Oh, shoot. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. I did see a comment that when you use the brush tool, I guess there's a thing that you can have it automatically put it all the way on the ground, which when we start using more brush tools, we will definitely make use of that. But these were already here, so we're just trying to fix these up a little bit, make them look good, and we'll take care of little stuff in between episodes and little touch-up things, but that all looks pretty good. Let's get rid of these. The problem is I like these plants. I just don't like that they're floating here because we mess with the ground so much in this area. Okay, that's sick. This area is starting to come together a little bit more. Just some little things sprinkled in there, but like I said, we are here today mainly for the roller coasters, so let's start getting to work on that. So all coasters we currently have unlocked. We have quite a few more now that we spent all of those points, and we're actually earning points at a pretty good rate. Valise and Nidwalden sit down lap bar, bro. What? Okay, that's pretty good. Big M's water coaster. That looks a little bit more chill. Automax sit-down 4-seater. Dude, these are insane. We should probably be looking at the excitement, fear, and nausea. This one's all green there. I would imagine the more green, the better it is. The more hype is going to come to the park. So I say we do this one. I do think I want to try to maybe dabble with the custom coaster today. We'll see how that works out. But, okay, where are we going to put this bad boy? Maybe back here like this. Do we want to put it up on a hill? Do we want to have any sort of a feature? We could build something for it to go through. What kind of a vibe do we want? Let me see. From like a park perspective, we could even kind of have it like this. I think that's a little bit too close. I think we put it back here like that right there. That looks pretty good. $42,000 later, dude, this thing looks absolutely insane. All right, we're obviously gonna have to move some of these trees and stuff. I say let's start planning out the rest of our path here. We had a full width path all the way around, right? So we're gonna bring this. Where's our do not cross line? It's all the way back there. I say we really aggressively turn this here. I think we kind of loop it a little bit. We're gonna have to fix that. I mean, we might adjust some of the what's it called? There's our do not cross. Okay, we aren't gonna be able to loop it that much. We could bring it up rather than down. Hold on, this could be cool. Let's start going up over this hill. Give you kind of a view of some of the other attractions here. Bring it back around this way. Oh shoot, we gotta connect it to that. Well, we gotta connect it to this. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves here. Okay, I'm gonna back it up. We're gonna have it go like that for now, just so we can start building around it. We need to figure out how we're gonna have it, you know, go back into the water park and switch back to our wooden, you know, whatever it's called and everything like that. So let's just have it go like that for now. Okay, so we need to connect this thing, get everything up and running, get it on the power grid, etc., etc. Exit's gonna come right off right there, and then we can do our queue line. We're gonna have this start next to the exit line. I mean, it's got a bit of a queue line in itself. I really hate when they're really boring queue lines, so I kind of want to try to make it look interesting, but there's only so much you can do here. We need to build this up on a mountain or something. It's literally called Ascent. It needs a better view of the park. Hold on, let's get rid of all this. Get rid of this thing too. I think we start having, maybe we have a path branch off and go up to it. Like this needs to be a grand thing off in the distance here. So let's get our terrain tool. Let's start bringing some ground up, moving some dirt. Here we go. We can smooth all this out later, but yeah, we're gonna have an ascent up to Ascent here. Even if it's something that's kind of pre-made, we're not making ourselves. We can put our own little what's it called on it? Own little twist. That looks to be a little bit better. A coaster fit for a king. So we're gonna put this back here. Honestly, we could even have some rides kind of underneath it a little bit, and then that's kind of, you know, that's the big tough one towards the end. Again, the thing is we're gonna get access to better coasters as time goes on. Let me pause this before we get too far ahead of ourselves. So like, I don't want to commit too much space to these current coasters because it's only gonna get better if we take a look at our things. I mean, we've got look at the whole thing here. We need to be careful to make sure that we leave room for a lot of these ones in here. But yeah, we just need, you know what, I'm gonna keep time running because we need to keep getting research points. Okay, so let's gonna bring the scenery out a little bit. Again, we're going for not perfection here, you know what I mean? Ooh, I kind of like that. It's like a terraced rice field kind of look. This thing was etched and cut from marble or something, you know what I mean? So we've got that there, and then I say we bring up the backdrop even more and make this like a, you know, kind of a backstop against this thing, so you can't see off into the distance. This is kind of the edge of the world. You have made it to your ascent, Takes a really long time to build mountains in this game, but I'm thinking some like hard rock features, almost kind of like the Viking area, but yeah, make it a little bit more tough. You've made it up to one of the pinnacle coasters that we have here at Qtopia. I get a little close to the tracks here, nervous about that. Are we gonna be okay? Ooh, we could do something cool with that though. It could kind of go through the cliff itself. I might try that. Let's see. I like that this thing's going to be back in a bowl. Yeah, this is going to be sick. Oh my gosh. I just love how this park slowly gets better and better and better. And we keep adding ridiculous idea after ridiculous idea. And it's going to be so cool at the end. Have this in its own little alcove back here. I'm almost thinking like a barren wasteland type of thing. Like not a lot of grass, not a lot of trees. Lots of varied rocks and things all throughout here, almost like a graveyard style. I don't know. Could be kind of interesting. Do want to be careful how much space we're taking up, because there is a pretty big section back here that we're not going to be able to put any other coasters in, but I guess that's just the way the cookie crumbles. This is definitely our first major coaster that we've been able to add. Put a lot of research, a lot of time, a lot of thought, a lot of effort into this bad boy. Hopefully our customers are going to enjoy it. Oh, see, now that's a problem. I don't think that's going to pass inspection. I don't think we're going to be able to make that one work right there. But if we keep coming up rather than out, and we get a little bit smaller in our size, not that small, we could kind of start bringing this out over it and have you almost go into like a tunneled cave type system. Dude, look at that. Yeah, that's pretty aggressive. Oh, that is going to be so sick. Look at that there. Oh, dude, this would be a very, very intimidating ride to take a look at. Completely gone from view. Like you go up into the mountain, you can't see anything. I don't know why we went with more of like a bowl around it, but I do think that's kind of cool. Wasn't really my intention at first, but sometimes when creativity strikes, you just got to kind of run with it here. Really, I feel like if we could get some cool Viking stuff, this could be another Viking themed ride. Then again, we're going to be doing another Viking coaster at some point, but I feel like this is like, I don't know, almost like a rite of passage, a crossing. You know, you think about like, you know, Viking religion and stuff, like you gotta do this to become a man or whatever. Could be kind of cool. Yeah, this is gonna be sick. I kind of want to keep going up with it. Let's make this really striking back in the background. This is something that you walk in, you see it from a distance, and you're like, I gotta go on that one, and it gets you to walk through the park and see everything else and spend all your other money. Dude, that looks sketch. We've got a little bit touching there. We could push that back a little bit. Dude, that is so freaking cool. I love that. Man, I'm tempted to almost like full bowl the thing in, and you could have it like a little light on top, but I feel like that kind of, you wouldn't really be able to see it from anywhere else in the park, which doesn't make sense. I'm just trying to think of a way that we could like have the rock face come out more and make it a little bit more interactive with the ride, but I feel like we're on a pretty good trajectory so far. I mean, that just looks like a giant boulder within itself. Look how insane that is. All right, I think we have to go at least taller than the peak of this thing here. Again, I want it to feel like you're kind of at the edge of the world and you can't see anything else. So we're gonna wrap this thing up. I don't want it to be too comically large though, and I don't want it to be perfect. So like, you know, some areas are gonna be taller than others. We're gonna have little gaps and whatever else. Make it look like this thing occurred fairly naturally. We could even put some sort of a ride up here and maybe do like a tunnel through the mountain to be able to get a pathway or something. Could be kind of interesting. Depends on what we do going forward, but could be pretty cool. The thing is, I want the cliff face to be a little bit skinnier, so we're gonna try pushing back up against it from the bottom side here. I don't want it to get too thick. You know what I mean? Ooh, I kind of want it to be fairly close to that though. I feel like that's the fun part, that you're kind of getting tucked up in there, but like this area here, I feel like this is all too thick. So let's make this look a little bit more natural. Add some uneven segments to it. All right, yeah, that's pretty cool there. Okay, so let's we're gonna go into our painting. We're definitely gonna be doing rough rock over this entire thing. Max hardness, max everything. Let's get rid of most of that grass. Obviously we can have a little bit of grass in there, but we're gonna make this look like you made your ascent up the mountain, and now it's time to earn your keep in here. I think some of the lower lying plants and stuff aren't bad, and maybe a couple of palm trees in there. I actually don't mind what we currently are rocking with. Let's make sure we get the backside here, even though nobody will ever see this. Gotta be thorough in the work that you do. I like when it's just like little wisps of green there. So we've got a lot there. And then I think we're gonna come in. Let's do some scenery brushes. We're gonna be doing all sorts of rocks. So let's just sporadically. I don't know if I love those rocks. Tropical rocks? Yeah, tropical rocks look nice. We need to have a line to surface on. That's something I haven't been using, and obviously that makes it look a lot better. So we've got rocks dotting all over the place here. I think we also want some like maybe tiger rocks. So these guys all over the place. Large temperate rocks in here. Again, just kind of a rock graveyard that we have going on. Med rocks. Oh, those are a little bit too light. Kind of a rocky wasteland back here. I feel like I think we kind of overdid the rocks a little bit. All right, I'm going to be a little bit more methodical. All the rocks everywhere just looks a bit too much. Dude, we spent so much money on rocks there. I definitely think we want some rocks, but not that many. Love water. It's like my favorite thing in this game. So we're definitely going to do a little lake in the middle here. And we're going to do, I say we do rough water. So it's not like the bright turquoise blue or anything. And then of course we're gonna put that rough rock underneath to keep it kind of a little darker there. Wait a second, hold on. Oh my goodness, let me see. Let's go to the Frontier Workshop. Dude, this is what I'm talking about. I don't even know how you would do this, but there better be a waterfall. You better be able to get a waterfall here. Waterfall scenery, coral waterfall. Dude, how do I get like a waterfall for lazy river? Waterfall centerpiece. Oh, I already subscribed to this. Tell me this is Matt. I wanted this to be really, really big. We could put it down there. I mean, that doesn't look bad. I don't know that I love it. I wanted like a giant waterfall falling here. Let me see. What is the let's delete everything until we get to the water. What is this? Special effect waterfall middle. Okay, let me delete this. We probably don't have them yet. Hold on, do we need flat rides flumes? How do you get special effects? I mean, what we could do, we could just cheat. It's gonna cost us a little extra money, but I'm just gonna delete everything here, and then we're gonna grab the special effect waterfalls that I don't know how else to get. And we're gonna put these over on the cliffside. Look at that, that's what I'm talking about. So now we can just take these. It's gonna take me so much time, but we're just gonna duplicate that over and over and over. And I say we have a giant waterfall coming down right here. This is the best idea ever. I'm very excited about it, but it's gonna take me a really long time. Is that enough to come over? It is. All right, beautiful. Again, I want this to be a little bit thinner. So let's push up from the bottom here. And now I'm gonna have to take all of these little guys. There's a multi-selection tool, right? Oh, I have the power of water now, baby. All right, here we go. So we're gonna bring this. Will it drop all the way to the ground? How does this work? We're gonna move this. I need to figure out how to get you against this and turn you. I want to have it kind of close to this part here too. So maybe we have like a waterfall that comes around. If we have them like that, how's that looking? Okay, that's the... Dude, this is going to take so freaking long. Because I'm going to have to go through... I think I'm going to want to take all these middle ones. Shoot, I don't want to grab the trees. You know what? Just get rid of the trees back there. Nobody wants you guys. So now we can grab these guys. I want to make sure we get all of them. There's 25 items. Confirm that. We can just duplicate that. It is so hard to see where everything is. I mean, it's got kind of a line in it. I don't know how you get the water to come all the way down. Obviously, I want it to go the entire way down. I don't know if there's going to be a perfect option here, unfortunately. Unless we just add... Oh, it's $600 a pop. That's fine. No big deal. If we just add so many that it becomes impossible for it to tell where one is beginning and one is ending. This is really... Oh, see, you know what? Oh, dang it. I wish you could have these all on like a single plane. I'll make sure they're in the water there, Trev. I mean, it's going to be a bit of a ratchet waterfall, but that's the name of this park. So you guys are just going to have to take it for what it is. I can't tell if it's in the water or not. Like, that looks like it's in the water, but it's clearly not. A little worried for what this waterfall is going to end up costing us, but that's the cost of doing business, I guess. We're going to have a cool waterfall, and ultimately that's what matters. Now that we have some on there, we can convert. We've got 250. Let's keep duplicating this, and we're just going to keep adding this so it gets really, really thick. So, like the world's most expensive waterfall here, dude. This is so So tough to get right. Even gonna have it curve around the edge here a little bit. And I think we're gonna have to make the pond come down around a little bit more to be able to catch that stuff over near us. Paint that rough rock back on. And we can get that rough water back in there. There we go. All right, we got a little waterfall starting up. Why is that? Why is it going from all the way up there? I didn't put one up there. Let's take all these. Oh gosh, it's gonna get the trees too, isn't it? Take all these here. Dude, we have spent an obscene amount of money on this. I'm trying to get those kind of in line with everything else. And then I say we take one more set. Oh, the freaking trees in the... Oh, nope. Don't want to do that. Get the trees in the background that we can't even see. Basically take the whole thing again here. Confirm this. This is going to be expensive. We're going to duplicate this. And let's try to get this last one lined up. Dude, it is so hard to see where these little nozzles are. Just watch for them to disappear. Kind of lined up like that. And when the water turns back on, that should take us all the way down to the ground. Okay. Most questionable waterfall that from some angles maybe doesn't look all that great, but it gets the job done. And we now have a waterfall for our coaster back in the background if it decides to turn on. I don't know what the EPA is going to say about this, but I would venture to say that our water bill is going to be pretty high. I actually don't think you pay for the water on this. How do you get the waterfall to go? It's an indecisive waterfall. It hopefully should start up, right? There you go. Maybe, I think if you're not close enough to it, it's not going to show it. We're going to have to get up there. And also, we're definitely going to need a pool on top because where else would the water be coming from? Again, the detail that nobody is really ever going to see, but want to make sure that we've got it under control here. Yeah, this is going to be sick. So we could take like a little itty bitty size here to be able to keep the water in. Make sure that it's not actually going to flow out. And then we could put some rough water up here. Not clear. We'll go rough. And then it kind of looks like that's how the water's coming out. So our path is going to continue this way. We'll put it like that. And then I say we branch off, kind of come up like that, bring it back this way, have a pathway for people to come check the coaster out. Like I said, I think eventually we're going to have it go through that and come back around this way, and then we could have some more coasters in here. Could be kind of interesting, but we've got that there. And then this is where our entry and exit are going to be. Smooth this out a little bit here, and then bring it back up underneath the path. Make sure it all makes sense, and then we can get our little entry and exit. So we're going to put a queue that just goes straight up to it, and then we're going to have a queue that goes straight back down. Just kidding, a normal path that goes straight back down. Sorry about that. It's going to have a little exit path there. Okay, beautiful. So there is our ascent. That took us an extremely long time, but it's okay. So we're obviously going to need a power distributor, which I guess we're going to be able to put back here. It's going to be mighty expensive to connect this, but I guess we're just going to run through. Do we want to go to this guy here? All right, we're officially on the power grid, and that means we're going to have to test this bad boy. Oh my goodness, dude, this is going to be sick. Look at that waterfall starting up. The waterfalls, I'll be honest, appear a little worse for wear. I think we're going to have to change this music. Hold on. I'm not going to be able to change it on this. Oh my goodness, dude, look at the climb here. Hold on. I need it to be more epic. The music. Viking Resort Legacy Rock and Metal, maybe? Can I preview the music, or how does that work? Maybe Valhallar. Let's see what that sounds like. Yeah. Dude, that is so... Oh my god, I just got motion sick. With the waterfall. Obviously, we need to, add a few little plants and trees and rocks and things like that, but this is ridiculous. I want to see that first drop. We got to see that first drop. I think if we go to our second train car, that thing's probably going to go up here in a second. Here we go. All right, so it doesn't run two cars at the same time, but let's go up here. this would be your first drop. You come up top, you can kind of see quite a bit of the park off to the right. Oh, straight down, dude. Trying to see the park over there. Oh, this is insane. Look at all the little specks there from our waterfall. That's a little unfortunate. I wish the waterfalls worked better, but the vibe is there. Dude, this is ridiculous. Okay, that thing's good to open. As for pricing, we're not going to charge anything on it. Build and open a coaster with excitement of 7 or above. That is going to increase our park rating, I would imagine. Let's take a look at what we've got going on. We need more unique attractions. Our scenery is still at 5. Prestige is at 3.4. I think that thing just helped out a lot with that. And a 3.4 reputation. So we're getting there. We've got $628,000. In the time that it took us to make that, we made $500K. That is ridiculous, dude. That's amazing. I really like what we did with that. I'm really excited to watch people ride this one. I think they're going to come out here in droves. I think we got to have another little food court or something out here because there's nothing close. We've got one over in Viking Village. Obviously, we've got our main area, but we're starting to get some more impressive attractions out here, so I'm thinking we make this kind of another little food court area. Could be kind of nice to have something like this. Kind of completes that circle look that we have going on here, and we could put some different shops and restaurants in here, and then maybe have some picnic tables and stuff. I'm gonna make this a little bit more vibey here. Try to get, oh shoot, did we not flatten this out beforehand? We probably should have flattened this out, huh? There we go. All right, we've got a little area that we're going to be able to put some things around. So let's take a look at our facilities. We're going to be looking for really anything food and drink. I would think, you know, maybe another little hot dog spot. We have a vegan spot there as well. We could have our cheap beef. That's always one of the go-tos. I do think we need to add some more information centers and bathrooms as well. That's something we haven't done all that much of lately. So little cheap beef, little pizza pen. Let's get some drink things in there too. I'm gonna say definitely a gulpy and maybe a soda lightful. Looks like we could potentially move these a little bit just to even things out. I don't really know where I want to put this power distributor. I guess we're just gonna have to put it close. We could put some trees around it. We can link this guy up right there. Beautiful. We're probably gonna have to add some more electricity spots here in not too long, but we can add some plants and some tables and whatever else in here. Maybe we just fill the entire thing in if it'll let us make it look nice. Sometimes I put you on like a weird path and it makes like different, there it is. Makes different levels and stuff in there, but look at that. All right, so we've got a nice open food court area. Definitely gonna need some more of these benches all over the place. Gonna put a trash can next to every bench. Open all these guys up. We're gonna have a lot more, what's it called? A lot more employees to answer to, but that's okay. This side of the park is definitely gonna need that, especially as we start getting more people coming this way. And I would imagine we're gonna get a lot of people coming this way for the new coaster here. Dude, that just looks so sick. Look at that thing in the background. I love it so much. I wish you had the flowing waterfall. I'm really upset about that, but it is what it is. I'm gonna try to line a set of picnic tables up here. Definitely think we could put some like flower pots and stuff. I don't know. Some of these areas, I feel like sometimes I let them get a little bit too big. Like that is a big open area right there. So we need to cut that up with some flower pots and whatever else. But that's pretty good. All right, let's add some bathrooms as well. Definitely put a set right there. And then I'm thinking maybe a set on the other side. Why not? Keep everything nice and symmetrical here. Never want a bathroom too far away. Want to avoid some really bad mishaps there. And then I don't think I mean, changing room we don't really need. Body dryer we have there. Guest services. We need more guest services. I'm going to start adding some of these just kind of throughout the park. We could put a guest services right here. I remember to always open up all of these. Do we have to open the bathrooms too? Yeah, bathrooms are already open. I think we could probably use another guest services here-ish. Maybe next to the toilets right here. Guest services and toilets. Make sure you open that bad boy. Definitely one over here as you enter the water park. I honestly don't even know what the guest service buildings do. I know we have one right here at the very front of the park. Let's take a look at the... It's made $7,000 today. What is it selling? Sun cream umbrella, priority pass, pool pass, green umbrella, purple umbrella. We should set up a priority pass setup at some point, but I'm not going to worry about that yet. So, yeah, we've got some more guest service things. I think that's something we could probably use another one over in this area. I mean, if they're making money, they're making money, and I also feel like our guests really appreciate it as well. So we'll try to keep those somewhat close to the bathrooms as we need them. Also, I think we've outgrown our generator power. So I'm gonna throw another... What in the heck? Is that like a mega generator? What is that? Oh, it's because we want to go do create custom because it's less. I was gonna say, why is that so much bigger than everything else we have? But we can put another one in here. Definitely gonna want to get this tucked into our power grid. If we take a look at our heat map and look at electricity, I think we're doing okay now. Okay, we're outgrowing our generators, so we're gonna have to get, honestly, there is a if we go into our research power, we can get solar panels. Large solar panels cost $40,000. But I'm gonna set these up. I mean, are we gonna do anything back here? I don't think so. If we just kind of move this guy over a little bit. Let's make another little staff path here that goes through here. I mean, I'm all about the environment, baby. So we're gonna try getting some solar power. I don't know how this is gonna work. I'm here for it. 40K is kind of a lot, I'm not gonna lie, but hopefully these things are gonna put in work so we can have these connect into the power grid. That's gonna keep giving us more, I guess. All right, beautiful. So we currently, I think we're doing okay. I have no idea. I have no idea where to see like our overall power. We need an emergency refurbish on that. Our overall power for the entire park, I think we're looking good. As long as things aren't closed, it's fine. Guest services shop 4 doesn't have enough power to open. I think that was old because it wouldn't let us go to it. I think we had undone something. So we're gonna get an emergency refurbish on that shoot. We really need to organize our mechanics and stuff. I'm gonna say, since we added some more solar generators and whatever, we're gonna add a couple more mechanics. We could honestly probably do with another mechanic shop as well. So let's set up another shop right there. Dude, this is looking absolutely immaculate. I'm so excited about this. We did run out of power for a little bit, so I think this thing shut down for a minute, but it's now back open, right? It's open. There's no price on it or anything. Let's see if we can get some people to go on this. In the meantime, I'm gonna start working on that tunnel project. Max intensity, but small on our size. We're just gonna bore through this like the Boring Company. Elon Musk, Tesla, all the above. Looks like we're starting to get through. And there we are to the other side. Yeah, that's gonna be so sick, dude. Let's give it a little bit more on the top side and stuff. We can kind of pull this through to the other side. Make it a little less perfect. We don't want just a perfect circle here. Nothing is perfect in nature, and that's kind of what we're basing this park off of. But then we should be able to have this path come through like this. Obviously gonna have to adjust this over time, but we can have it come all the way back down and connect down there. Beautiful. All right, we can get another couple rides in here. We could get something up here, maybe some theming and stuff, and then we have kind of a cool walkthrough to be able to get back to the coaster back here. And it looks like we might have our first taker along with the mechanic coming to check things out. Now that we can stand over here, if we stand on this ground, will it? I mean, you can kind of see the waterfall in certain scenarios. I mean, that's pretty sick, dude. I love this so much. Look at what we're building here. Look at that thing go. Just testing this bad boy out. Look at this wonderland that we're starting to put together. You know what we could do, because we haven't made one in a while, and this is kind of a totally different part of the park. Let's have maybe a staff path that comes back this way, just like that. So we can make a little staff area back here. Still want to get some sort of a ride in this area, but I definitely feel like we need some staff facilities back here so that people in this area of the park have access to them. So we could do a staff facility. We could do a workshop across from that. I'm gonna actually do the medium staff facility as well. Or do we just want to do a large one? I feel like we don't need all those. Let's just do a large facility, and we can do, I mean, we've been hiring engineers like crazy. I should probably look into the data and see exactly what we need of each, but we're going to be fine. So we could do a couple little workshops here, and then we're going to want to hide that from view. So if we use our tool, we should be good. Able to hide the generator as well. Kind of get all this stuff here. Beautiful. Don't want to go too crazy because you want to be able to see the coaster, but I kind of like that you can see like the tip of the coaster coming up over the trees and stuff. And make sure we protect the back side of this. We're probably going to put some more generators back here. That's going to be an easy spot to put some generators, so we can kind of put all that there, and that keeps everything nice and protected. Do some smaller plants underneath as well. Dude, this is looking so sick. Imagine being a worker and this is your staff path back here. You get to walk back into this lush tropical jungle. You can see the park all around you, kind of. You could look at like the Ferris wheel off in the distances. Dude, this game is just so unbelievable. Looks like we're getting a lot more takers on this thing. It's going to take a little bit of time. Do we have any sort of a line? Anybody? I think there's a cart already going. Do we have anybody on the cart? It sounds like we do. Let's sit back in the carts. We've got our first 5 riders right here, dude. This is so ridiculously insane. I feel bad for these people. It is really pouring out here. But, all right. So I was thinking about making our own custom coaster today, but I feel like we've added so much to this thing. We've kind of pretty much customized it ourselves. Anyway, I say we just kind of build up this area through here just so we can start kind of connecting everything. I definitely want to get some more research points on some flat rides and make this whole area a little bit more exciting over time. But, I think we could start to put like maybe another little coaster down here. So I'm going to delete some of these trees, get a little bit of money back, and let's see something maybe a little smaller. Splintery wouldn't be bad. That's kind of fun. It even kind of works with the area behind it. The Zephyr Jr. I just feel like something a little bit smaller so you can kind of, you know, again, your idea is that you work up to the big boy in the back, so it might be fun to have something that's a little bit less intense. I kind of like Splintery. I don't want to put it up too tall, but I like that it just kind of naturally interacts with the land behind it. What do we think about that, how it goes up the land? Do we think, I mean, that might make a little bit more sense over here. So maybe we do that. There we go. $19,000 coaster right there. Nothing crazy, but a little something to write home about. It's kind of a natural progression. We've got an old wooden coaster here. We've got an old wooden coaster here. And then we're going to get into the more modern stuff as we move along. We just want as many various coasters as we can possibly get. So let's get we've got a queue path coming in. We're going to have a main path coming back out. Looks like it's got a lot of natural queue in there. And honestly, this looks very Jurassic Park kind of vibe, so we could just really, you know, palm tree and tropical this up. I really do want to make our own what's it called, though. I think we will have to do that eventually. We might, if we... Sorry, I gotta find this thing. Where is it? She's right there. Can I get to her? Bro, we made the brush so dense, I can't even... There it is. We're just gonna have to zoom all the way in. Let me move this thing. If we move this a little bit, we should be able to get the splinter one taken care of as well. I'm gonna say we put it there. Is that, I mean, it's there. It is what it is, but now this thing's got some power here. I do really want to make our own roller coaster. I'm thinking maybe next episode is when we take that on. The ones that are pre-made, they look so good and they make so much sense, and it's like actually professionally designed. I feel like it makes sense to take those and then build them into the park and make them fit with everything. But it's you know, I think it would be kind of fun to make our own, so maybe we'll start to work on that. Let me cut back a few of these trees, maybe. Definitely going to want to get rid of the palms and the other trees that are actually in the way of the track here. But this is kind of fun. Like, I feel like we're, you know, we've got like main rides, and then we've got supporting cast rides. So like this is a main ride back here. We spent a lot of time on our Ascent ride. But then we've got little supporting cast rides that, like, this thing doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to have, you know, the most insane theming and whatever else, but it can still look nice, and it can still, you know, bring a bit of attention for us here. I don't want to have too many trees around it, but it does look pretty sick with the trees here. Maybe bring some around this way, some palms, and then let's also do some other large trees. I just love the palms, dude. This is Jurassic Park vibes right here. I like this one a lot. Got some small plants around out front. We definitely want to be able to see the ride. We don't want to cover it up with too much stuff. Get some other plants down and around. We'll have to delete some stuff as it interacts with the track, but yeah, I think we make this kind of a fun, almost overly jungly vibe. I just love, like, you know, anything green, grass, water. Obviously, we need a little bit of rock in there to switch things up, but it just looks so good with all the little Little palm trees and stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and test this guy out. Here we go. Kind of an old school style of coaster. All right, thank you very much. Here we go, riding out. Probably gonna be fair. Oh, we gotta get rid of that tree for sure. That would not feel good. All right, we do have a little chain lift here, which is nice. Are you ready for this? This is gonna be pretty intense. He looked over at me too. You get a little preview of what's to come up there if you're brave enough. Yeah, dude, this is a vibe. Oh, this is a bit more intense than I thought. I like this. So this does, it kind of slowly ups the ante. Oh my goodness, okay. Yeah, I can get behind this. This slowly ups the ante. This is definitely a lot more intense. It's smaller and less elevated, but it's a lot more intense than this one over here. So it just kind of keeps that progression happening. Our baby smaller rides moving into the more serious stuff towards the back of the park. So I think this thing is pretty much good to go. We're going to wait for that second cart to come in. As soon as she comes around, I think we passed with glowing success, and we're going to be able to open this bad boy up. Got a 4-star prestige. We are going to fix up the this one. Is there anywhere else that you wasn't there? Yeah, that thing right there. All right, and it's got kind of a nice wooden walkway up. Everything looks really nice. I like that. The red contrast with all the green. And we've got another activity coming into this food court area. Do we have anything? We'll probably put some more flat rides over here. I guess we have this spot over here we could potentially mess with. Oh my gosh, dude, I love hearing all of our patrons in here having the best time of their life. I just realized this really works out well too, because the original coaster that we made all jungly and stuff, which that's kind of the main theme of the entire park, but like this was kind of an overly jungly section. That's right next to this jungly section here. So maybe we have like this whole part here be super jungly, and then you've got the rock along the outside, you've got the rock through here. We could probably just continue that rock through here. This is going to be tropical but not quite as jungly, and then we've got our desert kind of pool oasis vibe happening over here. I would love to pretend like that was by design, but clearly things just kind of worked out in our favor here. So I'm going to continue this rockiness. This is going to be like I think like a crazy iron deposit or something over on this side of the map. And again, we're going to have... Ooh, I don't want that there. I want to stop it there for our employees to have something nice. But think about like a crazy Viking coaster back here. Eventually, we're going to have to fix all this up and make it look a little bit nicer. But yeah, we've got like, you know, little splashes of green. The rock kind of comes down, but then it starts transferring back to that jungle. So we'll put maybe not 100% intensity, so we can kind of fan it up a little bit so it all blends together. Make this blend a little bit better in here. Yeah, that's cool. So it's kind of like the tough rocky outcropping, and then you've got like the lush water, green grass, that kind of thing, and then it moves into our desert over on the left. Up to a 3.6 star. Unique attractions is still our lowest point. I'm wondering, maybe we throw another flat ride in. Let me see our research. Flat rides. Spinning flat rides 2. Wheel flat rides. It's going to take a lot of research points to get up there. I think we might want to save it for our coasters. We can start looking at launched coasters. Why not? And we can get wooden or water coasters too. I'm going to say probably wooden first, and then we'll get waters next. Dude, there are so many research points we're eventually going to have to get through. All right, let's see. So if we go in, we haven't had launched coasters before. This is kind of a fun-looking one. We might be able to do something with the green volt here if we push the rock back a little bit. Did I even wonder if we could make like some really cool tunnels through here? It's going to be a bit tougher to do, but I think we can make it happen. We're just going to have to tunnel through piece by piece. Keep it really small. Ooh, see, that's a little bit too big. We can tunnel through to make a path for our coaster here. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, that's sick. This is what I love. Like, I love flying through the trees. I love flying through rock. I love making this feel like it's, you know, a very natural theme park out here in the Caribbean. We're in our own little, like, island oasis, you know what I mean? And you never really know what to expect out of that. So let's make this a little bit tighter. We can make it tighter on bottom so it's like a nice quick swoop through there. And then we also have this guy here. So we're gonna have to push out. Probably make this maybe a 2-meter thing. And just kind of follow that track. This is so ridiculously cool, dude. Gonna have to make enough room for head space here. Don't want anybody getting decapitated. Really gotta get in the nooks and crannies in here. This is not easy to do, but we need to get that angle. Just carving through stone and rock to give people the best experience they could possibly have. And possibly risk a really, really painful death here. We think we're gonna be able to make it through that? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's test it. Oh, dude, I just realized the line for this thing. So it comes around through here. We had some natural elevation happening here. You have to go through a tunnel to be able to get up to the main. Oh, this is a really long queue. I hope there's enough demand for this, but it's all built in. I didn't build that part. But you do that to be able to get to this. And then, of course, the actual ride itself also goes through the rock. So again, sometimes you don't plan for it, but everything just kind of works out to your favor. Here we go. Nice and tight and snug. Let's see how this one goes. Oh, you start by launching through it. Let's see if we get... I think we might be decapitated here. We need some more rocks. We need some trees and stuff. Oh, my God. I didn't realize that we were going to launch through that. I mean, you know, we don't have to meet safety standards. We're out on a private island here, so we can really get a little bit aggressive with it. And trust me, I've got some ridiculous ideas we're going to be checking out. Yeah, that one's perfect. And again, it kind of fits that. It's a little bit more timid of a ride over here, but we've made it a little bit more intense with what we've got going on there. We could do an elevated ride up here. I felt like we should move that out. Yeah, this is cool. Okay, I'm going to do... we'll do some small Mediterranean plants through here. I'm probably going to go through and just kind of fix some stuff up as we can, but maybe some little trees in the background. I really like the Mediterranean palms, if you want me to be honest. Those things are so sick. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Go ahead and open that bad boy up. Let's make sure we take the pricing off. There's got to be a way that you can specifically say I never want to charge anything. We forgot to do that on this one, so nobody's riding it yet. Who's going to pay 12 bucks per coaster? What are people paying to get in our park right now? They're paying $85 to get in the park, and then you're paying 12 bucks every single coaster? No, sir. I say we flatten this out a little bit here, and we can bring kind of a little plateau out this way. Have another ride right here. Probably nothing too crazy, but just something to kind of break it up a little bit. Let's make it not quite perfect. Bring some more rock in here, but it's a little bit closer to the better part of it, so it's going to be less rocky. It'll be more rocky in this area, and then just kind of fade in. Maybe the drag strip here. This is kind of fun. Is this getting too crazy with blocking off, though? I don't really want to block off. Maybe we'll end up putting something else here. This is going to be like a decoration point or something. That makes a little bit more sense. We could put it across. Dude, we have so many people starting to come in now, but we could put the drag strip right here. Right like that. How does that look? Dude, that is sick right there. Are you kidding me? All right, we're going to need to get some power to this bat. Dude, we have so much power that we need to do. I put down a bunch of extra generators, so hopefully we're going to be okay. Hopefully that solar panel's working out pretty good. So let's get another distributor. I'm going to say probably throw him back here because we're going to have some more rides over to the left. Link this up underground right there. This thing's got a little bit of power. Let's test this bad boy out. Oh. You start backwards? Oh my goodness, dude, I love this. The track ends and all of a sudden you gotta fall backwards, and I'm assuming you're gonna go through the entire thing. Okay, we're gonna have to theme this out really well. You're gonna go through the entire thing in reverse, go back up the other way. Oh my goodness. Just like, you know, trees and whatever else through here, and maybe water or who knows what. That is really, really cool. Let's go ahead and open that bad boy up, and we're not gonna charge anything for that. I love that thing. What's the, it's a for 3.5 prestige. I feel like it deserves way more than that. But look at this, man. We have this entire corner of the map starting to glow up. I love it, man. We're going to keep grinding. I'm going to kind of clean some things up in between this and the next episode. We're going to get some nice theming and stuff happening. And hopefully as that goes on, we're going to get some more research points to be able to get more coasters. Hopefully we're going to be able to get out of this spring weather and start getting into summertime, which looks like it should be happening fairly soonish. And I think we might make our first ever full custom coaster in the next episode. So hope you guys are ready for that. Things are looking good here at Qtopia. Look at how we're doing, dude. We have a good quarter to a third of this park working there. We obviously have a lot to do in here, and I'm excited for the future. So thank you guys so much for watching. Catch you all in the next one. Peace out.